Would digital currencies kill cryptocurrency? Are central banks targeting Bitcoin? When the euro was launched just over 2 decades ago, there were stories of people all over Europe refusing to swap their national currency notes for the common currency, claiming that the euro would never catch on. When the hacker party Darkside ransomed the Colonial pipeline dataset last week, the ransom was paid in cryptocurrencies. These two distinct stories from opposite ends of the capital continuum reveal a great deal about how finance, and particularly money, is changing. At one end, we see the development of a modern, conventional currency, the euro, and the centralized financial and capital markets that go with it, to an unsatisfactorily incomplete degree. At the other extreme of the continuum is decentralized crypto money, which operates in a relatively private and uncontrolled environment outside of the old global financial framework. Crypto collides with digital. These two worlds will quickly converge. Regulators, seeing the rapid growth of cryptocurrencies, the heinous forms in which they are exchanged, for example, Dogecoin, and the danger they pose to the existing financial system, would, I believe, quickly take a stronger hand in monitoring the architecture around cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, which cannot actually be controlled, however the technology or architecture that exchanges it may. To put this in depth, these two policies intersect with several other similar debates, including the emergence of sophisticated organized crime, the future of the dollar as the world's reserve currency, and the need to develop emerging market financial structures that can combat corruption. The pace of the rollout of central bank digital currencies may be a game changer. Central banks are planning to issue automated copies of their currencies to go along with their existing reserves and bank deposits. In theory, central banks will open retail accounts for each of us, and households will be able to share money directly with them, as opposed to going through the banking and economic systems. This project's technical and coordination elements would be fiendishly complicated, to the point that the phrase "it will never catch on" runs through my mind. It is, however, gaining traction. Nearly 20 million Chinese are linked to the People's Bank's experimental digital yuan, with the aim of using the 2022 Winter Olympics in China as a showcase event for the digital yuan. Small, advanced economies, most notably Switzerland and Singapore, not to mention the Bahamas sand dollar, are at the forefront of digital currency preparation, as is the Bank of England, which, spurred on by the geopolitical impetus provided by Brexit, could be the first major central bank to launch a digital currency. The Fed and ECB also have blueprints. CBDC is being rolled out. It occurs to me that the ingredients required for this type of maneuver are a well-banked and financially literate society, one that is well penetrated technologically, and a central bank in which policy and regulatory brains believe. Digital central bank currencies may accomplish a variety of goals, including making money transfer cheaper and quicker, though I'm not sure this is ideal for payment firms and banks, a possibly more reliable financial system, and the ability to restore decrepit banking networks. Stablecoins, which are connected to an underlying asset/currency, may play a part here. Two other factors stand out. One is central banks' willingness to help tailor monetary policy. Currently, quantitative easing is implemented across capital markets. For a digital central bank currency in which households have retail accounts at the central bank, money can be directly deposited into household accounts, with a skew against some groups of households. For example, if the central bank determines that households with 2 children have a disproportionately large effect on the economy, it will direct a greater proportion of its resources against them. Power. Another part of the CBDC that needs further consideration is the increased leverage that it can provide to central banks. When central banks open accounts with the general public and corporations, there is a possibility that they may presume a Leviathan-like degree of power over financial markets and to a large extent, subsume them. In China, where the government actively polices social media material, it may be natural for an entity like the central bank to wield enormous control over people's finances and, to some degree, function as a fiscal authority. So, if central banks' independence and outsized position in the political system are called into question, the counter-argument, at least for the broader central banks, is the strategic importance of carrying out digital central bank currencies. Indeed, China's announcement that it was moving on with its digital currency project led the Fed and the ECB to flag their own initiatives. This pattern poses several concerns, the most notable of which is the dollar's long-term role. What is probably more important is to consider how the infrastructure of central bank digital currencies would develop. To what degree will central banks have control over household finances and economic behavior, and to what extent can digital currencies transform banking processes? I have a feeling that the Chinese authorities' efforts to rein in Alibaba are conditional on its proposals for the digital yuan. Emerging market currencies. Two critical systemic problems remain unresolved. One is about developing economies, where currencies and central banks are not as liquid as the old monies. Will they want to unleash their own digital currencies, or will we see competitive waves of dollarization, euroification, and yuanification through Argentina, Serbia, and Malaysia? What is encouraging in this regard is that countries such as Colombia and Uruguay are now participating in terms of mobile payments networks or digital currencies, and Kenya's M-Pesa is a prominent digital success story in Africa. The second issue concerns how centralized digital currencies can deal with decentralized finance, cryptocurrencies, and stablecoins. There is a vision for how these processes can coexist peacefully. The worry is that the growth of the crypto environment is occurring at such a rapid and disorganized pace that it poses a challenge to the current financial order, and that the two mechanisms are growing in parallel, overlapping ways. It's an entertaining and possibly chaotic clash, but CBDCs could only catch on in the end. We hope you enjoyed watching and listening to this video. Please let us know your opinion in the comments area below. If you found our content useful, please like it and share it with your friends. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell for more crypto-related contents.